Chopping it up. It's the Rock Boss Bully, SiegelCapone, back up in here. Podcast Thursday. What up, though? All's Entertainment. DMA Films. Man, I'm feeling good. It's been a lot of challenges these past few weeks, and I'm feeling like real behind, but it's all good because we're gonna keep it going. And this platform right here, it just give me the opportunity to come to you whenever the urge hit me, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna do something different, you know, from show to show. But yeah, what's good? You know, the month of May is Mother's Day, so I see a lot of women, a lot of mothers out there celebrating, had a good time for Mother's Day, they weekend, and getting back to work for the next week, and we're going to continue to honor those who deserve it and pay homage to those who bring us life, nurture us, care for us, and help us get to that next plateau of being productive adults, you know. So shout out to the real mothers out there, you know what I'm saying? Feel you on that. But one thing, you know, that I really been on my spirit with this, you know, this holiday come once a year, every year, and it's like people don't prepare for certain things. And I don't know if that's because either they not trying to carry on the tradition or either, you know, you just get so caught up in everyday life, you don't take the time to slow down to prepare for, like I said, these traditions and these moments that only come once a year, you know. But you only get one mother, and if you are a mother, you know, it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that you should take this day and celebrate and pay homage to it, you know. But I always wondered, like, for mothers or they got multiple children, especially when they get grown and they old enough to come together to celebrate for you, why everybody don't come together and get one big gift for their mother together, you know, versus several individual gifts that, you know, the thought count, and it might be different things that each child choose to do, which is okay, but you just could cover more ground and make a big splash for that year or whatever. I see if everybody chipped in and got one big gift, or send your mama away on a cruise or a week vacation or something, you know what I'm saying? To me, that seemed like, you know, it'll just make the impact bigger and it'll be more memorable, but, you know, it's sad though, you know, when we can't come together and celebrate at all, or those who out of touch with their mom, you know. Like I said, you only get one, so you gotta stick close to her, patch it up. As you can see, I'm tatted for life, so mine's ain't going nowhere. The one that bears the sweetest name. Shout out to you, Mama Lady. For sure, for sure. Now, on the flip side, you know, sometimes these holidays don't get celebrated because they too connected to some type of personal pain with a person that you've been had a traumatic or painful experience with, you know, like when you try to pay homage and think about, okay, the mother of your kids, your baby mamas, you know, or some that you don't even want to claim. That's when it's just terrible, because I feel like any woman that take a man's seed, carry it, bring it to life, and then try to keep that seed away from the father, the head, the leader, the roots of that child, of every child, is through the man. And to separate that bond and break it I just don't feel like it's no way possible we should ever let them celebrate Mother's Day, because a real mother ain't defined by what she buys her child or even the time that she spend with the child, but more so also being a parent is a complete circle with the person you made life with too. So if you can't come to some type of peace and being cordial with the other half of your child, then not only is it sad and traumatic for the child, but I just feel like it took way more than that hatred and that jealousy or that envy and resentment to make that child. So how could you ever let it get that far to where you separate your child from their self by taking the father out of the picture? And then that's the beginning of sending your child's life off, of course, for the rest of their life, because that time, every moment is precious, especially when they're young and they only gonna be in this stage for so long. So you can't just separate it and take somebody away from their child like that and then still go around and parade like you mother of the year. Oh, I've been working and I take care of mine and all that, so it's my Mother's Day and I'm gonna hold on to this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is a disgrace, and it's real hypocritical, to even parade yourself as a parent, especially being the mother that's supposed to have a nurturing, caring, loving spirit that she breathes into her child. How can you do that if you got so much hatred for half of what your child is? So if any of y'all experiencing that, having those thoughts, you need to get somewhere and pray, get somewhere and listen to some type of inspiration and motivation. Maybe even this podcast will help change your thoughts and your perspective, because really that's what we need to do sometimes. We could be so caught in our own thoughts and our own opinions and ways that we never take the time to change the perspective a little bit. Turn it around and look at it from the other side. And how would you feel if it was done to you? Or if you was put in that situation, you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you, because then you would experience how hurtful it is just to think about it sometimes. And maybe sometimes that'll prevent y'all from making the wrong decision when you think about it before you act upon whatever you feeling, because like I said, that's half of your child. So any hatred, war, or battles against the father, or even for fathers against the mother, that's going against your child too. Especially like I said, when they're young. I can't just pick up the phone and call my daughter's phone and talk to her, and she live in her own house. On FaceTime, and I still gotta see the mama, hear the voice or something. And it gets so bad sometimes that communication is not even possible. So that's taking away precious moments of time that could be spent with the child. But the mothers make it so bad sometimes that the fathers don't have no choice but to get away, to avoid acting upon anger, frustration, being overwhelmed, disappointed, hurt, or whatever, into, making the wrong choices against the person they shared his life with. So if you're a real mama out there, just get back to the nurturing, loving, caring spirit, and know that it starts with you first, and you're breathing this into your child. So don't never teach your child wrong against their daddy, and find a way to get to a civil place with them so y'all can co-parent and give y'all child the best lifestyle that it possibly could have, because the child still has to share both of y'all. And it's just selfish to take your child away from their parent and keep her or keep him to yourself and take the other parent out. But then you still go celebrate you being this great parent. It don't add up. But this is Chop It Up, Reality Speaks, one-on-one podcast Thursday. I am the rock boss, ENTERTAINMENT-SiegelCapone, and I'm feeling good. We're going to get into some more stuff when we come back. Take this little break, and I'll be back at you. 300.